All right, let's get to this story. President Biden has released his $6 trillion budget, which would increase federal funding to its highest level since all the way back to World War II. This, as the group Americans for Tax Reform found 29 tax increases in Biden's plan, with a net increase of $3.6 trillion. Good time to bring in the group's president, Grover Norquist. Grover, good morning to you. I guess the first question is, what does all this mean for the economy and our wallets?
Not good news for the economy, not good news for your wallets, not good news for small middle class taxpayers or small businesses. 29 tax increases, $3.6 trillion in higher taxes, 87,000 new IRS agents with something to do to go look at paw over your personal economic privacy. This raises taxes on small businesses, on large businesses. The corporate income tax increase will increase the utilities of all Americans, utility bills that Americans get. You don't have to be rich to pay a gas tax, to pay a tax on your gas, on your electricity. Why? Because utilities pass on, legally, all federal taxes straight through to consumers. So when Biden looks you in the eye and says he's only going to tax rich people and corporations, his corporate income tax on utilities will be paid by you, and every small business that uses energy will see your prices go up, your cost go up, the cost of energy go up, because taxes are a cost of doing business or selling anything.
So as we recover from COVID, we've seen the travel numbers over this Memorial Day weekend just bursting out. What does it do to the economy right at we're at this stage of full recovery, or at least getting towards full recovery?
Well, I think you're going to see some very good news as the blue states open up. You've seen the red states have a significantly lower unemployment because they've opened up. When the blue states realize that COVID is in the rearview mirror and they open up, we should see some serious growth. What we won't see, unfortunately, as these taxes go in, the capital gains tax that they're almost doubling, it's going to be twice as high as China's. The corporate income tax is going to be higher than Europe's, higher than China's. When we get ready to compete, thinking we're going back to the 2019 strong economy, which that year the median income for a family increased by 6.8%. Median income, $4,400. Not a check, an increase in your income, the median, not rich people, not poor people, the median. That means tens of millions of people saw similar increases. That was huge. We don't necessarily go back to that kind of growth because tax increases and the inflation coming from higher spending. And none of this is indexed. All of this talk about I'm only going to tax certain people, you and your children and your grandchildren are going to be much higher tax brackets because inflation.
It's interesting because the wealthy and the big corporations, they have a lot of resources, a lot of fancy tax experts, and they always find a way around things. But it's always the middle class, is it not, that's left handling the bag. My question to you is, you mentioned that the cost of everything going up, the price of everything being, the cost being passed on to the consumer. Is that where the middle class gets hit hardest under this Biden tax plan?
That's a big problem. They get hit hardest because of the lower wages you get. The corporate income tax is largely paid, more than half of it's paid by lower wages and less employment. And some people think it's as high as 70%, other 50%. But, they're looking at a $2 trillion increase in taxes on businesses. $1 trillion of that is going to come out of the pockets of people with lower pay. Why do we know that? It's not just theory. Because when we cut the corporate income tax with the Republican tax cut, you saw the median income raise, again, $4,400 a year, 6.8% increase. That flowed from lower corporate income taxes. Reverse engineer that, raise the corporate income tax. That is paid largely, mostly, by workers getting paid less. Because you don't have as much capital per worker, they can't be as productive, they don't get paid as much.
All right. On that happy note, Grover Norquist, Grover, we'll have to leave it right there, but it's very sobering. 29 tax increases, as always, the middle class getting hit hard. All right, Grover, thank you very much.
Thank you.